Shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters. I want to say shalom and happy Pesach to all my family that might have started their Pesach on tonight. And probably not going to post this until tomorrow morning, but I'm recording it tonight. And it's my midweek check-in. And it's it's part one of so far part two that I know of. And it's called Forsake the Foolish and Live. First verse we're going to start off with, first passage we're going to start off with is Proverbs chapter 9, verses 1 through 6. The way of wisdom. It's allergy season. Pardon that little sniffle, please. Wisdom hath builded her house. She hath hewn out her 7 pillars. She hath killed her beasts. She hath mingled her wine. She has also furnished the table. She hath set forth her maidens. She crieth upon the highest places of the city. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. As for him that wanteth or lacks understanding, she saith unto him, Come eat of my bread, and drink of the wine which I have mingled. Forsake the foolish and live, and go in the way of understanding. Let's get it out the Amplified. Wisdom's invitation. Wisdom has built her spacious and sufficient house. She has hewn out and set up her 7 pillars. She has prepared her food, mixed her wine. She has also set her table. She has sent out her maidens. She calls from the highest place of the city. Whoever is naive or inexperienced, let him turn in here. And for him who lacks understanding, she says, Come eat my food, and drink the wine I have mixed, and accept my gifts. Leave behind your foolishness and the foolish, and live, and walk in the way of insight and understanding. So, leave behind your foolishness. Leaving behind our foolishness takes, first of all, self-examination and accountability. We must first be able to admit and accept that we have foolishness and that we don't know it all. It's a very hard thing to do, but very necessary if you're going to get better. Then we must be willing to abandon and to be willing to walk in the way of insight and understanding. Might have to leave the way that we've been on for a very long time. We finally see it ain't adding up, it ain't getting us nowhere. We gotta leave that behind for real. And be willing to walk in the ways of insight and understanding. It's tough to do at first, but the rewards are endless. We also had to be willing to abandon others who are foolish. Might be somebody real close to you, somebody you love a whole lot. But once you see them exhibiting foolishness, you gotta be willing to cut them out too. They might get you jammed up, or they might just be holding you back from blessings that the Most High got for you. Proverbs 19 and 27. Cease, my son, to hear the instruction that causes to err from the words of knowledge. Don't hear that instruction that causes you to err from the words of knowledge. You got to know the words of knowledge. Somebody telling you something to the contrary, don't even hear that. Be like that emoji with the monkey. Don't hear that. Proverbs 14 and 7. Go from the presence of a foolish man, when thou perceivest not in him the lips of knowledge. So as soon as you hear him talking, and you don't perceive no knowledge in what he talking about, get out of his presence. To back that up, one of my favorite passages in Sirach, Ecclesiasticus. This is chapter 22, verse 13. Talk not much with a fool, and go not to him that have no understanding. Beware of him, lest thou have trouble, and thou shalt never be defiled with his fooleries. Depart from him, and thou shalt find rest, and never be disquieted with madness. Good News Translations puts it like this. Don't visit stupid people or spend a lot of time talking with them. Avoid them, then they can't contaminate you. So according to this, stupidity is like a disease, like you can get infected with it from being around stupid folks. And I believe it, because there's definitely people that I done myself down, because I saw like maybe the level of popularity that the people acting stupid or something was getting. So I started trying to talk more like them and be more like them And in the midst of that, I was really dumbing myself down. 1 second. Sorry about that. My little eucalyptus tea right there. This is avoid them, then they can't contaminate you, and you can live in peace without being troubled or worn down by their foolishness. Verse 14. Such people are a heavier burden to bear than lead, and the only word that fits them is fools. It is easier to carry a load of sand, salt, and iron than to put up with a stupid person. And that's true. If you try and do the right thing, you got that one person around that just insists on doing stupid stuff. It's very irritating. It's very draining, like even trying to keep them under control when stuff happens. You got constantly look at them and tell them chill and, try to stop them from fighting, anything. It's very, very irritating, and it can be very much a hindrance on your walk with the Most High. So, who should we associate ourselves with? Sirach Ecclesiasticus, chapter 37, verse 12. But be thou continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of Yah, whose mind is according to thy mind. Y'all like-minded. Very important right there. And will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry. Common English Bible. Consult or persevere with a godly person, whom you know keeps the commandments, who thinks the same way as you do, like-minded, like we said before, and will empathize with you if you fall. He's not going to tell you, oh, that's all right, don't even worry about that, that was too hard to do anyway. He's going to really be sorrowful for you because he understands the walk that you're trying to take with the Most High. And he's on it too, so he's going to really feel bad for you if you fall off or if you stumble. He's going to try to help you get back right, give you good advice, give you companionship, give you friendship, give you brotherhood to build you back up, It says, verse 13, listen carefully to what your own heart tells you, since nothing is more faithful to you than it. I don't know about that. That verse in Jeremiah 17:9 says, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Amplified Bible says, the heart is deceitful above all things and it is extremely sick. Who can understand it fully and know its secret motives? The human heart, New Living Translation, is the most deceitful of all things and desperately wicked. Who really knows how bad it is? So, I don't know about that verse right there. You know how they say some verses got put in there? I don't know. That one might be one of the ones. For real. But let's continue on. Verse 14. At times, a person's intuition keeps them informed better than 7 centuries watchmen sitting high upon a lookout. I agree with that. Because only when it's coming from the Most High, or from the Spirit of the Most High, the Ruach HaKodesh, can tell you more. It's not really us. Can't take that credit. But above everything else, definitely agree with this one. Pray to the Most High so that He may make your path straight. And for that, we got Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in Yah with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy paths. Good News Translation. Trust in God with all your heart. Never rely on what you think you know. Remember Yah in everything you do, and He will show you the right way. This is the Amplified Bible. Trust and rely on Yah with all your heart, and do not rely on your own insight and understanding. And that's why I always I don't want people to think I'm being overly religious or overly anything when somebody give a compliment or something like that. And I say all praise to the Most High, because I know, reason why I say that, I know anything that I say that's worth listening to, or that had any type of insight or had any type of good effect on anybody, that wasn't from me. That was from Him. So give Him that credit. All praises to the Most High. For all good and perfect gifts come from Him. That's why I say that, just for clarity. And verse 6, in all your ways know and acknowledge and recognize Him, and He will make your ways straight and smooth, removing obstacles that block your way. that made me think of one time me and my sister was little, and we were in the grocery store with my aunt, and it was this guy in there, and like we was getting on his nerves because we just kept going through the aisle, and we kept crossing in front of him when he was trying to get his stuff. You know that song say, "I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way." And he kept singing that one line because me and my sister was in his way, and he just keeps saying, "I can see all the obstacles in my way." He's like an old country Caucasian dude, y'all. So whenever I see that when I saw that, removing the obstacles that block your way, made me think about that. Sorry, guy, if you ever come across any of this. We wasn't doing nothing but being kids. We wasn't trying to be in your way for real. Let me get one more verse out of Sirach. One second. Because I only know the key words. I don't know the chapter and verse. Hopefully my trusty search engine won't let me down. Sirach. Oh man, it's gonna let me down. Hold on. I'm back. It's Sirach chapter 27 verses 12. Well, I'm just gonna read verse 12. That's the one I want. When you find yourself with stupid people, look for some excuse to leave. But when you are with serious minded people, stay as long as you can. And with that being said, we're going to end it right there. Part 2, we're going to identify who is the foolish. Because foolish is not just what you might just think when you hear the word foolish. There's other things according to the Most High that make somebody foolish. You be somebody, because when we say foolish, people probably see when I post that particular, some of these particular scriptures have posted them before. Like people that normally like everything I post will not like those because it do sound mean. But they might think like somebody, when you say foolish, is somebody who can't help themselves or who have like mental illness or something like that. But that's not who's foolish according to the Most High. Next time we get into this in the second installment, we're going to identify who the foolish are according to the word of the Most High. So stay tuned for that one. And Most High bless all of y'all and keep y'all, and me too. And prayerfully we'll meet again real soon. Shalom, shalom.